Okay, people, so if you've been following the drill music scene over the last couple of weeks, you may be aware of the recent news. You may be aware of the recent news. If you're not, let me fill you in. So it was recently reported that a Philadelphia rapper by the name of YBC Dul was shot and killed. And I just got to be honest. I'll keep it real with you guys, okay? I wasn't that tapped into what was going on in Philadelphia. A lot of people have been contacting me saying, "Yo, you got to check out Philly. You got to look into Philly drill. You got to look into what's going on in the Philly scene." And I just hadn't got around to it. It's actually very unfortunate that sometimes it takes something so messed up, something so tragic as a big name in the scene, one of the biggest names in the scene, losing their life, to put it on a lot of people's radar. But unfortunately, that's what's happened in this case. And over the last couple of weeks, I've been inundated with people messaging me saying, "Yo, you got to look into the YBC Dul story." A good friend of mine, Brandon Buckingham, he's found himself wrapped up in this story, unfortunately, because of a vlog that he released just a couple days or a day before YBC Dul's unfortunate demise. So we're going to get into it, man. So look, just as a starting point, right? I'll just keep it real for you, okay? I can do a full breakdown at another time, but I just want to do a quick rough overview because I've learned a little bit about the story over the last week, and I think there's a few really fascinating points we could touch upon. So Vibe ran an article after he was murdered called "Who is YBC Dul? Explainer of Philadelphia rapper shot and killed." Okay, I mean that seems a little bit AI written. Explainer of, but whatever. YBC Dul recently died after being shot several times. He was only 25 at the time of his passing. Real name Abdul Vix. He is the latest casualty from the Young Bag Chasers Collective, a prominent gang involved in Philly's ongoing gang war, as per the Philadelphia Inquirer. Now, I think the Philadelphia Inquirer is pretty hot on the old premium account stuff, but we could have a little look at one of those in a minute. But essentially, you know, this vlog that he did with Brandon Buckingham pretty much a day before he was killed, it kind of says it all. His nickname is Mr. Disrespectful, and he's known for hopping on songs with this very eerie and haunting, I don't know if it's an ad-lib, but it's more like an intro where he just comes on the mic and says, "It's Mr. Disrespectful. It's Mr. Disrespectful." It's haunting, it's creepy, and you know, with a name like Mr. Disrespectful, it's no surprise that he's a man that a lot of people in the city want dead. And as he said in this documentary, he was one of the most hated people in the city, but at the time he hadn't been touched.
No, that ain't no fucking bluff.
Does that make you upset at all, or you don't care?
I like that shit. They hate me, that mean they like me, or they do something, like, feel me, like, they paying attention. They paying attention, and I make them feel some type of way. So if I can make you feel some type of way, I'm gonna keep making you feel some type of way. Bro, all the real niggas fuck with me. What Lil Durk say at the end of that song? Like, real niggas fuck with me. Like, the street niggas can vouch for me. Anywhere I go, nobody don't play with me. I never got robbed. I never got touched, shot at in the city yet.
Now, I gotta say, that little zoom in on the yet is a little bit diabolical. Shout out my guy Brandon, bro. And he didn't have the crystal ball to know what was going to happen, but sometimes the universe, man, if there is a God, he has a very, very twisted sense of humor. Because these little moments, man, the words that you put out here are very powerful, man. And this little moment, like the yet, that's comic timing from the future. That is insane.
Play with me. I never got robbed. I never got touched, shot at in the city yet.
Yet. I never got touched yet. Yet. Why did I say yet? As if it was inevitable that you would get touched. Vix was a rising rapper, but his claim to fame arrived after he filmed himself digging up one of his deceased enemies' graves. The footage went viral, and months later, Vix was a victim of gun violence. Now, this, you know what I'm saying? This article seems a little bit basic. It's saying that this is an interesting connection. Obviously, I recently covered Lil Jeff. There's also coverage of Lil Scoom in that video, and they had linked up and made a collab together. You know, I think it was a complete coincidence that these guys all linked up, and with only a matter of months, they are all deceased. But that is the lifestyle they're living. They were all extremely disrespectful rappers. They were all extremely, you know, extremely negative. Let's be real. Like, putting out a whole bunch of negativity, dissing the dead, saying you're smoking people, going to a McDonald's restaurant where people were murdered. It's extremely disrespectful, okay? Obviously, The video with Brandon Buckingham dropped a day before the untimely demise of YBC Dul. Now, from what I understand, the video was filmed sometime before this, so obviously it's a coincidence really that it was released on this day and he lost his life the following day. I think it was filmed sometime before, as I know Brandon films videos quite a few months in advance. But as it says, YBC Dul's seemingly final interview was released shortly before his death, foreshadowing his demise. In a video uploaded by YouTuber Brandon Buckingham, the rapper talked about the gang war in Philly and explained a little bit about the young bag chasers. Buckingham, who used to be a school teacher, is seen in the video talking to him in the streets of West Philadelphia. Dul then begins taunting his opposition and is seemingly proud of how quiet it was in the hood due to his gang's increased activity. He said, "I go overboard, I disrespect people, like, badly. I ain't gonna lie, bro," he told the white content creator. Interesting you'd point that out. "You should be nervous, though, because walking with me a bad John. Okay, we tortured the whole hood. Nobody come outside around here. We're walking through blocks. You don't see nobody. This stuff is a ghost town. It ain't no block you could go to down here and people outside. We effed the blocks up. I never got robbed, never got touched. Yet."
Does the prospect of possibly getting shot just walking around make you nervous at all? Or I mean, what's your thoughts on it?
I ain't gonna lie, bro. You should be nervous, though, bro, because walking with me, a bad John. But so-called niggas be on my ass, though, so that'd be a bad John. We just having a cool, collected day. We don't feel like shooting people. We don't feel like having shootouts and none of that. We just chilling.
Y'all can do that when I'm back home safe.
What's up, babe? Yo, they said I'm the most hated rapper in the city, right? Like, when Quilly said feet on land, like, I'm feet on the land. Like, my feet is on the earth. Who that? They busting the Yui, too.
I feel like half your ops aren't outside. They're in a virtual reality.
None of my fucking, bro. They we go kill the shit out one of them niggas, bro. They know not to do no shit like this. I wish somebody, I'm sorry, Brandon Buckingham, bro. I wish you would. I wish he would go try to walk around, try to do a vlog with like a Lowski the Reaper or One Mirror, bro. We gonna flame that joint, bro.
You'll catch me in the crossfire if it comes down to it.
You got to get that drop up. Say nah. You my man, bro. We chilling, though, bro. We ain't on that, though. I don't even eat, bro. I get high. I pop perks and sip lean and shit. There's a couple niggas that's, like, from North and shit in the mix, but majority, like, YBC originated from West. And I don't know who that was. Every time somebody been seeing me, bro, they been rolling their windows up. I don't like when they do shit like that. I feel like they be putting cars in and shit. I'm gonna start shooting people that do that.
Yeah, it's that's the life he was living, man. You know, it's not always surprising. A few things have come out since his death, so this is another part of the article. Okay, the article is a bit more comprehensive than I first thought. It says his father feels his death was a setup. Now, okay, so this says Dul might have been known as Mr. Disrespectful, but his father has explained it wasn't his actions that got him killed, but rather a setup. In the aftermath of his son being killed, his father, who hasn't revealed his name, posted on one of his son's social media accounts to clear up some confusion. The man explained that the viral video of an unknown young man being gunned down on a bike wasn't Dul, and detailed exactly how his son was killed. He said, "My son Abdul Vix was murdered yesterday in broad daylight while sitting in the back of his car with a friend who was also shot in the hand. My son was not on a bike." So there was another video going around. People said it was him. It wasn't him. It was grisly. It was fucked up. But it weren't Dul. It weren't Dul. So anyway, look, there was a lot of rumors, a lot of BS, a lot of garbage about my boy Brandon Buckingham somehow having set this up, which obviously is absolute cap ridiculous. But it is a mad coincidence that that documentary was floating around. And there was one particular bit that we didn't even see. Those clips were interesting, but it really was this like one part of the documentary that I found like quite crazy, where they're kind of walking on the street and he's saying like, "Yo, people walking by, like that's the ops, and like we shot at them, we shoot them." There was this one particular bit. It was very disrespectful. It was the sort of thing that Mr. Disrespectful would probably be on. Was it here? Yeah, the ops block.
I was taking a weed. I was supposed to go meet him at the corner of the block. All I heard is gunshots. Boom, boom, bro. Down. Block right here, bro. Damn, bro.
Sorry to hear that. Rest in peace.
Our ops block right here, bro. On my soul. On J Soul. They from Belmont Ave. They crib right there, bro. That they be getting clapped on at Q Rizzy and all them niggas from right there, bro. The nigga that's in the car over there right now, my man Waters clapped him. He told him he can't bust no traps. Bro, only reason why he parked out here because Waters not out here right now, bro. Wallahi, bro. He know it, bro. Niggas know what's up, bro. My man shot him.
So he probably really hates you, yeah?
Bro, it's Mr. Disrespectful. Like, you think this shit a game? He pulled off, right? Or am I wrong?
No, he did pull off.
All right. We outside, bro. What's up, boy? What's up? Look, get the old folk. They out, you know, we rolling. We rolling right now.
Talk to your fans.
This is Philly. Welcome to Philly, y'all.
Yeah.
Come check us out. There's a lot of good things happening in Philly.
A lot of bad things happening too, Mr. Disrespectful. It's pretty crazy. So it does get a lot deeper than that. That's unfortunate. So if this is the first you're hearing about my man, I'm gonna have to inform you. Okay, I'm gonna have to inform you. In fact, let's have the help of Brandon Buckingham, because he does an incredible breakdown at the start of this video, explaining a lot of the situation. So.
But for the first 2 years of YBC point, who has been executed, and right now there is executed or is none other than YBC Dul, a rapper who reps the Young Bag Chasers collective, who has been given the nickname Mr. Disrespectful for a slew of antics, such as digging up an enemy's grave in February of this year.
No fucking tombstone, I'm gonna dig his fucking dirt up. Hey yo, where the fuck Carney at, yo? Carney, where the fuck you at? Ah!
Clearly.
Now, I've been told, from what I understand, that wasn't actually an op's grave. This was just a pile of dirt. But he's talking like it's the actual grave. And I don't know if it's... On the one hand, it's like, well, it wasn't actually the op's grave. On the other hand, I don't know if it matters. I don't think it matters. That's a grave. You're saying you're digging the op's grave. I mean, the way the guy's screaming is twisted, to be completely honest with you.
Of this year.
No fucking tombstone, I'm gonna dig his fucking dirt up. Hey yo, where the fuck Carney at, yo? Carney, where the fuck you at? Ah!
Clearly, YBC Dul was taken mocking the dead on the internet to a whole nother level. But how did it get to this point? Nobody wakes up in the morning and randomly decides to defile a gravesite. So to truly understand Dul, Philly's most hated rapper, let me provide some insight into how this all began. In 2017, Baby Khan J100 came up with the name the Young Bag Chasers as a label for their collective that were getting money together in the streets. When you list out the most notable members of YBC and their synonymous subset YFA, a pattern of tragedy emerges. 19 of the 31 most prominent members are either dead or incarcerated. But for the first 2 years of YBC's existence, they mostly stuck to getting money in the streets. It wasn't until the start of summer 2019 that the horrible cycle of violence first emerged. On May 29, 2019 at 1:40 p.m. near 42nd Street and Mantua Avenue, Joshua David Munson, also known as YBC Josh, was gunned down in broad daylight as he walked down the sidewalk near his home. The gunman was never caught, and the pain that Josh's passing caused his friends in YBC had them wanting to get street justice for their fallen friend.
It's really sad, because at the end of the day, beneath all of these stories is just a lot of just senseless violence back and forth, you know, sparking an inciting incident that just completely gets out of control, completely unfolds into a tit-for-tat, never-ending spiral of violence. And look what's happened now. We're going to get to it because the alleged killer of YBC Dul has been caught and identified very recently. But when you look at how this thing started, man, it's just a mess. And it's hard to really imagine anybody wanting things to get as serious as they did. But, you know, it's just dreadful. And it's really sad that Philadelphia has unfortunately ended up becoming a lot like Chicago. Absolutely just out of control with violence.
10 months later, YBC allegedly struck back. At around 5:10 p.m. in March of 2020, a 19-year-old man by the name of Nafiq Hawkins, aka Buddy, was playing a game of pickup basketball near 62nd and Vine when he was struck multiple times in his legs and torso. He was pronounced dead 12 minutes later. Nobody on the scene was willing to give police a description of the shooter. But if you listen to the music of YBC Dul, you will hear him constantly disrespecting the passing of Buddy. Even in the first song that Dul released, you can hear him saying he is, quote, smoking Buddy out the motherfucking
Sad.
Man. Not long after the passing of Buddy, 2 YBC members were allegedly involved in a shootout near 38th Street. Multiple people were hit, one of which was named Sid from 39th Street. Sid survived his injuries, and since the streets have a no snitching policy, it wouldn't be long before Sid exacted his own form of justice. In September of 2020, Sid claimed to be responsible for the shooting of a man named BL. The man was shot in the head multiple times while he was riding his bike on the 900 block of Belmont Avenue around 9:30 p.m. He was pronounced dead on the scene. After this, YBC was out for blood. On January 16th, 2021, a 15-year-old named Jaquan Williams, aka Q Raw, was walking near 40th and Cambridge Streets when 2 suspects shot him in the head as he was on his way to the store. YBC claimed this killing by mocking him in their songs, calling him Q Rizzy instead of his name.
They shot Q Rizzy from a block away. February 24th, we smoked Q Rizzy out the pound.
Now that one, I remember hearing that lyric for the first time and just thinking like, bro, how are you saying the date of the murder? I know you didn't necessarily do it yourself personally, but how are you hopping on these songs talking about the exact date, street, bro?
His name.
They shot Q Rizzy from a block away. February 24th, we smoked Q Rizzy out the pound.
YBC.
Bruh. It's just like, the bars are just coming like a Wikipedia.
Wanted get back, and specifically wanted to get vengeance on Sid. On March 18th, 2021, they were allegedly given false information that Sid was being released from prison that evening and mistakenly shot 20-year-old Rodney Hargrove near the prison around midnight, thinking that he was Sid. This accident would not stop them. In May of 2021, they caught Sid outside his house and let off a barrage of shots, striking his 6-year-old sister instead of him.
It's disgusting, yet again, that I'm here speaking to you about a 6-year-old getting shot.
Sid would survive the incident, and his family would move across town to Port Richmond to evade the violence. But still, his days were numbered. Around 8:15 p.m. on the 2900 block of Wykel Street in the city's Port Richmond section, 2 shooters approached Sid's house and fired 8 shots into his home, striking him and his father. His dad survived, but 39th Street Sid passed away from his wound.
They've been trying to kill this guy Sid for a minute. They're shooting little kids. They're shooting up the whole house and shooting his father inside. I mean, where does any sense come back to this situation? Like, you're just spinning. It's a spiral of spinning. And the cops are gonna just tear the block apart. This isn't gonna slide. This isn't gonna be allowed to happen. And it's crazy, really, that just for that short period of time that Mr. Disrespectful was so active, allegedly digging up graves and releasing these songs. I mean, it's insane that he lived as long as he did. To be honest, you know, no disrespect to Mr. Disrespectful, but I just don't know how you can even. You're just basically playing a game of how long until I get killed, and you're still in the city. Like, how are you rolling around the city? We just saw a minute ago in this video, you're over here on the op block. This is the YouTube chapter. That's an official chapter header. Ops block, OP's block.
Into his home.
Not say your marks.
Year-old boy named Kanye Pittman on the 2500 block of North Sydenham Street. 5 shots struck him and he was pronounced dead at the hospital. Reek 1200 from YBC bragged about the killings in their. And hear YBC Dul persistently mocking in his songs. City hate YBC, and soon, all of the enemies they made would click up to form a supergroup called CCK. CCK consists of campers, O to the 4, clappers from 56th Street, and clappers with a K from 7th Street. But it wasn't just them. 39th Street clicked up with 44th Street because of the murders of Sid and Kanye Pittman, and because of the murder of Bud, they also had enemies on 59th Street, resulting in YBC being literally surrounded by ops all over the city. So far in the story, YBC was claiming responsibility for 8 murders in 2021 alone, and it doesn't take a genius to imagine what happened to the young bag chasers between 2021 and now. J100, the founder of YBC, was shot and killed. Reek 1200 was arrested for 2 homicides, facing.
Okay, so look, I'm going to jump ahead because there's one particular case that I think is just extremely messed up.
You're speaking about those.
Ditto, why that? YBC Dul, you know.
Win 40 million.
Can even the lore behind the McNuggets and McButtons?
I just fuck with McDonald's.
The reason YBC Dul constantly mentions McDonald's is because a man named Booga, who is the brother of one of his enemies, Sonny Goon, was gunned down while working his job at McDonald's.
Dul has gone on to drop 2 songs as well as his own weed strain mocking the passing of Booga.
Look at this car.
Now, I don't think this really does this situation justice, because even Brandon, I feel Brandon, my boy, shout out Brandon, my guy, I feel he kind of glossed over this a little bit, because this guy, all right, YBC Dul's op, Booga, I believe that he's known as, was killed after working his shift at McDonald's. And YBC Dul releases this song called McButtons and McNuggets, which refers to a switch on the back of a Glock being the McButton, and the McNuggets, I suppose, being the McNuggets that was made at the store where the murder happened. But quite literally, he's known to harass the staff of this store where this individual was killed after working his shift. He's gone in there, he's asking for nuggets. He says, I want the sweet and sour sauce, I want the Ooga Booga Johns.
I want to make a flurry too. I want the sweet and sour sauce. That's the Ooga Booga John.
So he wants the Ooga Booga John. That's pretty chilling, to be honest with you. There's another video that I swear I've seen. Where is it? I swear there's a video of him going to the drive-thru. I swear there's a video of him going through the drive-thru harassing the staff. I can't find it now. No, here we go. Is that not him? Maybe it's someone else.
I want the Ooga Booga sauce.
You want honey mustard, barbecue sauce, and sour?
I want the Ooga Booga sauce.
I bet y'all won't take that. What?
You know what the Ooga Booga sauce is?
You want to know I won't take your order and get out my drive-thru list?
Y'all got the Ooga Booga?
You want to get out my drive-thru?
It's sad, really. That could well be somebody that worked with Booga on the other end of that drive-thru, and essentially, as I can see here, a video uploaded 31 minutes ago. My boy 1090 Jake End of sentence. Man, what's up, my guy? Rocking with y'all. Listen, a 16-year-old demon who apparently caught multiple bodies in the same week is basically being caught up as the trigger man in the murder of YBC Dul. It's very sad, but this is what we're dealing with.
And what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of EOS. It's 1090 Jake, no rocking with y'all, y'all rocking with me. For this video, we're gonna be speaking on the 16-year-old hitman that's been charged with killing the most disrespectful rapper in Philly, YBC Dul.
16-year-old has been charged with the murder of another teenager and another man who was a West Philadelphia rapper. The teen also faces charges in 4 other shootings just last month.
Prosecutors say the guns used in the killings were illegal and one had a switch installed, allowing for multiple shots with one squeeze of the trigger.
Well, I can tell you that the country and this region appears to have a problem with young victims and young people shooting guns.
An update we all expected would come sooner or later has finally arrived. The Philly District Attorney and...
So, this district attorney is hilarious, by the way. There's going to be some interesting stuff about him coming. But what's super interesting is basically the young man, 16-year-old man by the name of Aiden Waters, has been caught up and arrested for the murder of YBC Dul. Now, there's some very, very, very interesting factoids coming out around about him, all right? So he was arrested and he's been accused of the crime. Now, there's a lot of interesting details. Now, you can go check out Jake's video in full if you want to see some of these details. But this guy is notorious, okay? So, look. Now, this is what we're dealing with. This is the sort of crash out that we're dealing with here, okay? So, Aiden Waters from a known gang set called the Fast Breaks, all right? With that red button. Now, this is the individual with a red switch on his Glock, with the red button on the Glock, all right? They're saying he was a problem. Serious crash out. This is from the news article about his arrest. Police searched Waters' home on August the 31st and recovered 2 guns. According to the affidavit, on Waters' bed, police found a 10mm handgun with a red switch. That one. An attachment that turns a gun into an automatic weapon, as well as a laser pointer, extended magazine, and various other accessories, according to the records. In Waters' basement, police recovered a 9mm Glock that had been reported stolen. Ballistics test of that gun matched the cartridge casings found at the scene of YBC Dul's killing and 2 other shootings. You cooked, my boy. At 16 with the red button, you just press the red button on your future and you are cooked. So it's a very tragic situation, the YBC Dul case. People are dumbfounded that he was taken out by what some people are describing as a rookie gang member who's only 16. But apparently this kid shot up damn near 8 spots in a week. 2 people allegedly died at the hands of this young bull. And it's very sad and it's very tragic. So that's sort of the situation with YBC Dul. I've been looking into it a little bit more closely. Who knows? Maybe you'll get an update. Maybe you'll get a, you know what I'm saying? We'll see. But that's the situation. It's very sad. It's very tragic. And, you know, it's just another one of those very sad drill, gone too far kind of stories. Mr. Disrespectful. You're digging up graves. You're going to McDonald's, harassing employees. And you're getting gunned down by a 16-year-old young bull, unfortunately. So that's the situation. That's what we're dealing with, man. And that's the YBC Dul update for you.